Hi guys, welcome back to another awesome hip mobility flow. Before we get into it, I have made a 5-day mini flow series. I would love to see you guys there. We are flowing through short sequences on 5 days in a row, which is phenomenal for opening up that whole body throughout the week and really gaining that fluidity into the system. Subscribe to my newsletter and you can get it for free. There is a link in the description. Now into the flow. Do subscribe to my channel, Move with Tiina, and hit that like button on the video. Beginning in a tabletop position, hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are hip width distance. We are pushing our hips into a wide-legged child pose, so opening knees up, really sinking that belly in between of the legs. We are going to take 3 deep inhalations here. So breathing into the belly, through the nose, out through the nose as well. Inhaling deep and really expanding that hip space, sinking hips deep. Exhaling through the nose. One more breath here. Grounding our fingertips onto the mat, pulling our body into that tabletop position. From here, pressing our right leg straight behind our body, engaging core, so we are tall on the torso. We are lifting that heel up, circling leg behind the left knee. Now bending right knee in, pushing hips back, directly back, trying not to go diagonal here. We are trying to find a nice stretch on the right side glutes. Just go in there where it feels comfortable. Pulling weight back to the center, straightening that leg behind the body, circling it back to the center and continuing to the other side of the body. From here, planting the right foot down, pushing hips back, keeping right knee straight, finding a nice stretch on the right inner thigh here. Not going there where the body is not ready to go. Just finding a nice juicy stretch. Pulling back to the center, circling that leg behind the body. Now from here, squeezing knee into the chest, really high up into the chest, planting foot in between of the hands, pushing weight forward. Here, as we push our weight forward, we are finding a nice stretch on the left side hip flexors, taking gaze forward, shoulder blades are engaged. Getting ready to push our hips back, pushing hips back, straightening that right knee, taking right toe tips up to the sky, stretching the hamstrings, stretching the calf muscles. Next inhale brings us back to the center. From here, stepping back into the tabletop position, going straight to the left side. So straightening left leg behind the body, lifting left heel off the floor, engaging core, so not collapsing on the lower back, but keeping super tall here. Circling that leg behind the body, behind the right knee, bending knee in, pushing weight directly back. Now the weight wants to shift to the side, but we want to go directly back, trying to find that nice stretch on the glutes. Next inhalation pulls us back to the center, straightening that leg behind the body, circling into the center, continuing to the left side of the body, planting foot down, straight knee, pushing weight back. Gaze can be slightly forward, so we are all the time ready to go back, but we are finding a nice stretch on the left leg here. Opening those hips from all directions. Pulling back to the center, circling leg back to the center, squeezing knee into the chest, all the way up, landing in between of the hands, pushing weight forward, taking gaze forward, engaging shoulder blades, finding a nice stretch on the right side, hip flexors. Core is engaged. Getting ready to push our weight back. Take our left toe tips up to the sky, find a stretch on the left leg, all the way onto the back chain, calves and hamstrings. Toes are pointing up to the sky. Next inhalation pulls us back to the center, returning knee next to the other. Now sitting on top of our heels here. Feet are flat underneath our hips. From here, we are going to thrust our hips up. We are preparing to what is to come. So thrusting our hips up, squeezing glutes here, tipping toes under, and from here, sitting back down. We are going to go into a kneeling bridge here. So either you are going to just thrust your hips up if this feels already quite nice for you, or from here we can continue into a back bend, taking our right hand onto the right ankle. And this pose becomes a little bit easier as our toes are tucked under. Now from here, pressing hips forward, simultaneously reaching left hand over, up towards the sky. Keeping hips in alignment, core is engaged, gently coming back into a seated, going directly to the left side, so left hand on the left heel, right arm reaches all the way up, hips are thrusting forward, gaze is still forward, I'm not collapsing on my upper back or lower back, keeping strong. And coming back to center. Now let's go one more time both sides. So thrusting hips forward, arm is reaching up to the sky, gaze is forward or slightly diagonal. So the gaze could go towards the supporting hand here if we wanted to take it a bit further. Going to the left side. And gently coming back to the center. Now from here, pushing our weight into a deep squat. If deep squat is challenging, we can always put a yoga block underneath our heels, maybe widening our feet slightly here, taking a nice and proud posture. So back is super tall, neck is tall. We are going to go into a twist. So taking left hand onto the right ankle, reaching right fingertips up to the sky, gaze follows. Back is still tall, back is straight, not rounding on the lower back. Here the yoga blocks can really help keeping that back straight. And gently coming to the center, taking a hold of the left ankle, left fingertips up to the sky, gaze follows. Back to center. Knees gently on the mat, coming into that all-fours position, hands into the front of the mat, toes are still tucked under, flying hips up to the sky into a downward facing dog. Finding a nice and strong down dog here, so aiming our hips and tailbone up to the sky, lengthening spine, so pushing the mat away. If knees are still slightly warming up, the knees can be bent here and heels don't need to touch the mat. We are aiming them towards the mat, but we go there where the body is ready to go. Lengthening spine. Rising up onto the ball of the feet, lifting right toe tips up to the sky, all the way up, keeping hips square here. Really pulling that left leg as high up as we can go. Hips are square. Opening hips. Shoulders remain square. Leg is still straight. Bending knee in, shoulders remain square, knees pointing up to the sky, heel is squeezing towards the hips, straightening that leg, squaring the hips, returning leg down, lowering knees down, coming into a child pose, resetting for a moment, going back to the left side. It is quite an intense pose if we do it intentionally, so really using the muscles to get the leg up there. Planting hands down, coming up into that down dog, lifting hips up, rising up onto the ball of the feet, lifting left toe tips up to the sky, really pressing that leg up, leg is straight, everything is squared here, shoulders, hips, breathing into the belly, out through the nose, opening those hips, shoulders remain square, bending knee in, left knee is pointing up to the sky, left heel is towards the hips, we are squeezing that leg, straightening the knee, squaring the hips, lowering leg down, knees lower gently down, pushing into that child pose, resetting here for a moment, 2 breaths into the belly, out through the nose, planting hands down again, lifting up into that down dog, lifting right toe tips up to the sky, squeezing knee into the right armpit, lowering leg, lowering foot outside of the right hand, lowering hips down, taking gaze forward, straightening that back leg, so really pressing the left knee straight. This intensifies the stretch on the hips. Taking right fingertips up to the sky, gaze follows, left shoulder is strong. Returning back to the center, lowering left knee onto the mat, releasing toes. From here, we are going to tap our right arm on the mat. If this is not accessible, it's totally fine and we can remain here. We are going to either tap that elbow on the mat, bring our arm down and lift up to the ceiling, or leaving that floor tap away if that's not accessible today. Coming back to center, now still here for a little more moment, or lowering our elbows onto the mat, going there where the body is ready to go, nothing forceful here. Now either staying here or lifting right fingertips up to the sky into a twist, staying strong on the left shoulder, reaching up to the sky. Returning back to the center, pushing up, tucking left toes under, lifting left knee up. From here, lifting hips up, stepping into that down dog, going straight to the left side. So left toe tips up to the sky, squeezing knee into left armpit, lowering foot down outside of the hand, taking gaze forward, shoulder blades are engaged, right knee is straight, so we are pressing the right knee straight, utilizing the right quadricep muscles here. Taking gaze forward, shoulder blades down. From here, left fingertips up to the sky, right shoulder is active, we are not collapsing. Strong back muscles. Coming back to the center, and the exact same like we did on the other side. So we are either tapping the mat here with the left elbow and reaching up to the sky, or just going directly up into the twist. Going down, reaching up to the sky, remaining strong on the shoulder. Lowering back down, lowering right knee behind the body, releasing toes. Either staying here, staying super active, so pulling those shoulder blades down, taking gaze forward. This really intensifies the stretch around the hips rather than just hanging here inactive. And now from here, either staying here or bringing our elbows onto the mat, wherever it feels accessible today. However it looks for you today is absolutely perfect, and it doesn't exactly matter how it looks for somebody else. Now either staying here or reaching into the twist. So taking left fingertips up to the sky. Now if I go into a twist, I'm still active on my right shoulder blade. Super important, not collapsing. Returning back to the center, pushing up. Tucking right toes under, straightening right knee, taking gaze forward, lifting hips up, coming back into that down dog. Now from here, going straight into a right side pigeon pose. So right toe tips up to the sky, right knee into right armpit. From here, lowering that leg down, finding a nice angle for the knee. So opening that foot slightly forward, there where it feels comfortable. Hips are in alignment and we are sinking those hips down. This can feel quite intense of a stretch here already. So we all need to go there where it feels good today. If this doesn't feel so much, we can either find out whether firstly we find out whether our hips are next to each other, so making sure that hips are not opening so that the left hip would be left behind, but we are pulling that left hip forward. And from here, if it still feels like it's okay to go down, we can go down, so taking our elbows onto the mat. Still hips are low and hips are in alignment. Holding here for one more breath. Next inhalation lifts us up into the center. From here, tucking back toes under, lifting knee up and returning back into that down dog, going directly to the left side. So left leg reaches up to the sky, left knee into left armpit, lowering leg down into the pigeon pose, shuffling the back leg so that we can find a nice position here. Taking gaze forward, core is engaged, shoulder blades down. Now either staying here or lowering elbows down on the mat, keeping gaze forward, drawing those shoulder blades down, making sure that our hips are in alignment next to each other. The hips want to open here, but we try and keep them in alignment. The aim is to feel that stretch on the right side glutes, left side glutes. Gaze is forward or gaze is towards the mat. So even if we lower our upper body down, we still want to remain quite nice and active on the lower body, so we are not allowing that alignment to be lost. So right hip is pulling forward. Next inhalation lifts us up into the center, tucking toes under on the back leg, lifting up, coming into a down dog. Now, going into a side lunge here, so lifting our right boot up to the sky, stepping outside of the right hand. From here, we are going to open that right heel slightly so that the right heel pivots open to the right side. Now left toes pivot up to the sky, left heel on the mat. From here, lowering hips down, taking hands inside of the knee. What's going to happen? The left toe tips are up to the sky and we are finding a nice and proud posture here. This is already quite an intense pose, so from here you can either stay here or take left fingertips up to the sky, gaze follows, pushing that right knee open all the time. The knee should always go in alignment with the toes and not collapse inside of the toes. From here, planting hands back down, pivoting that left foot into the center, right heel into the center, and we are going to swap to the other side. So stepping right foot back, going directly to the left side, pivoting that left heel outside of the mat slightly, right toe tips up to the sky, right heel on the floor, right knee is straight. From here, finding a nice and proud posture, pressing that left knee open with the left elbow, taking right fingertips up to the sky, gaze follows. Or just remaining here in the center, whatever feels comfortable. Gently returning back to the center, pivoting that right foot over, stepping left foot back, coming into the down dog. From here, stepping to the halfway of the mat, lowering hips down into a squat, lifting fingertips up to the sky, holding here, back is straight. We can still be supported by the yoga blocks by having our heels elevated. From here, fingertips down onto the mat or the whole hand down onto the mat, lifting hips up into a forward fold, hanging here slightly for a little more. One more breath. And from here, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, like a ripple, all the way up, pulling our hands behind our body, opening chest up, taking gaze forward, and gently returning back to the center, shaking our arms slightly. And that's it for today's hip mobility flow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to my channel for future videos and see you soon. Bye bye.